This riddle really annoyed all of the scientists. The argument was heated. Is it even possible to call this scientific paper scientific? It was a question that was posed by Albert Einstein himself, but this was long before he was famous. The riddle is very simple. On the other hand, the logic at the basis of the riddle, and especially the answer he gave, annoyed the leading academics and intellectuals of that time. Einstein presented the Roman numerals that we're all familiar with: 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. And his question was very simple. How can the number 9, written in Roman numerals IX, be turned into the number 6, VI, by just adding a single line? Well, he claimed that it wasn't a difficult riddle at all, but to find the solution, we need to leave the boundaries of the problem itself. Meaning, we need to expand the limits of our thinking and try to think differently, creatively, outside the limitations of the actual question. Einstein was able to reach these ideas after working as a young man as an examiner at the Federal Office for Intellectual Property in Switzerland. The young man was bothered by the question, how do people invent patents? What exactly goes through their minds? In general, it's possible to say that he was ahead of his time. Only about 100 years later did society begin to recognize the tremendous importance of creativity as part of those necessary skills that we must teach the next generation. Logic, which our physical world is built upon, is based on a very important principle. The great philosophers Plato and Aristotle formulated this idea and its fundamental ideology. Essentially, they succeeded in creating a very logical world that is structured as logical, coherent chains. Each matter undeniably leads to its own unique conclusion. For example, 1 plus 1 is always equal to 2. In every language among all people. It doesn't matter if you grew up in Japan, China, or the United States. Basically, they found a language common to all humankind. Perhaps they found the ever-sought secret to world peace. But, on the other hand, the world is closed. It doesn't break through its own boundaries and is always predictable, boring, and stuck. In a sense, it doesn't produce anything new. If we know that all cats have 4 legs and Tiger is a cat, then it is clear that Tiger has 4 legs. This is the basis of logic, and nothing new is created here. It is simply a more precise analysis of reality. Okay, we won't make light of this type of thinking, which produced many great things, like airplanes, rockets, and advanced mobile phones. We also won't get into the details of all of the principles of logic. After all, the purpose of our website isn't to teach mathematics, but our point here is that this way of thinking is closed. It stays within the framework of our world and its laws.